What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jess and you're watching Keto Rewind. Thanks for clicking on today's video. Today's video is going to be about my 2-year keto transformation. So yes, it's been 2 years since I changed my life from a morbidly obese weight to a healthy weight. Hey everyone, this video is going to document my keto journey. This is week 1, day 1, like literally day 1 of my keto journey. I want to say a few things real quick. If you like inspiration stories with weight loss, success stories, weight loss inspiration, weight loss motivation, I'm your girl. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any videos. And the next thing is, I'm not a medical doctor, not a healthcare professional, and this channel is based on my own weight loss story and experience. Talk to your own doctor. Let's get started with today's video. For those of you that maybe have just recently found me, I'll give you a quick background story of how I got morbidly obese. I don't have a fancy story. I don't have anything that really struck out to me. It was a pattern of self-destructive overeating habits, and I went from a very active childhood to no physical activity, weight pounded on quick, and fast forward to the point where I was morbidly obese. So I did not have a weight problem in my youth. I put on my weight once I graduated high school and got into college. That freshman 15 turned into the freshman 30, turned into, it just kept getting worse and worse. I tried many times yo-yoing and trying to overcome my gaining or my weight gain with no luck. So fast forward to about 2019, around 17-ish or so years I spent morbidly obese, hiding from life, feeling miserable. Went from a very active and fun social life to pretty non-existent, pretty boring, hiding type of a life. So it was no way to live. I woke up tired every day. I woke up miserable. I hated what I looked at in the mirror. I hated my own skin, and it just wrecked my self-confidence, my self-worth, the way I approached everything, from a simple choice of what to have to dinner to whether or not to go out and hang out with friends. I mean, it impacted everything. Unfortunately, I just seemed to not be able to get out of that rut, and then before you know it, I was 309 pounds. I'm 5'8", so that puts me in a morbidly obese category. So I went to my cardiologist around the Christmas time was my yearly checkup. I do have a genetic heart issue that is unrelated to weight. I was born with it. My dad has it. A lot of people have seen that. I've touched on that on this channel a lot. So my cardiologist actually suggested a ketogenic diet. She basically said, you either got to take some more serious action here, like a bariatric surgery, or try keto. But whatever you got to do, you've got to get this weight. You're harming your heart. So I chewed on it for a little while, and I'm one of those people that like to do my research. I like to kind of like prepare myself before I just jump in. So this was around December, January-ish when I learned about it. And then I didn't actually kick off this journey until February 11th, 2019. When I started my journey, the only thing that mattered to me was what I weighed in the scale, how fast I could lose the weight. It was more of an unhealthy approach looking back now. I would approach it completely different had I had a second chance, but what matters is I got here. So I literally felt that, the weight on the scale was my progress report, and yes, I dropped weight so quick. The first 6 months I was probably pushing 70-80 pounds. I mean, it melted off. And then it slowed down after I crossed over like the 9-10 month mark, and then it was more of a steady loss every month until then. I actually hit my goal weight technically in October. I got down to 180 pounds, so that put me at 1 pound from my goal weight. However, I just started a renovation project, and then I started self-destructive behavior habits by having food I wasn't supposed to have, not putting my health first, taking kind of more of an easy approach versus trying to make it work, and not, just so I got to my goals. So I pumped the brakes on my health goals and had other stuff in the way. And one of the things I've learned in my journey is you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of yourself first. So yes, we got the home renovation project done. The holidays, went off without a hitch. It is like lots of stuff happened between October and January. And, I was taking a back seat to my health. So that unfortunately made my rebound happen on the scale. So I'd really put back around 24 pounds or so. And then the Clean 30 started off, and I was already in a stressful state. And then the January Clean 30 challenge started, and I just I lost it. I literally was this close to quitting and just throwing my hands up with it all. But then I remembered, consistency over perfection. I took a deep breath. I pumped the brakes, and then I remembered what was important. My health is what was important. And everything else is going to have to take a back seat because my health has to be first. And you can't feel guilty about putting yourself first because you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of yourself first. So I got my head back on straight, and I started, grinding and pounding back on the health journey, and here that fast forward to today. So 2 years into the journey, I'm down 105 pounds total. However, my highest was 130 pounds before things went sour in October. So in total, to lose 130 pounds, it took me a year and 8 months. But because I'm not at my official goal weight yet, and I had a little rebound on the scale, I can only say I'm down 105 pounds in 2 years. Now, the point is, the journey when I started this whole life change using a ketogenic lifestyle, intermittent fasting, when I took that on, it was only about weight to me in the beginning. But the further I got into my journey and I'm starting to learn about me, getting to know me again, is when I discovered the journey is about so much more than the weight. The weight's just like this little itty bitty part down here, and the story, the overcoming the obstacles, finding ways that work, coping, changing old habits to new habits, it was like I was blindsided by what really is a weight loss story. And as you can see in my whole channel, that's what I've pretty much pointed out. It has not been unicorns and rainbows the whole time. I've had a lot of gains. Yes, it's been 2 years. Most of the time I'm down on the scale, but life did happen. I did have to fight for every single pound, and it did sometimes result in gains on the scales. But at the end of the day, I've maintained 105 pound loss in over a year. But in overall, it's just the weight was so insignificant when you look at the big picture. The person that I was when I stepped on the scale and made my first video afterwards back in February 11, 2019 versus the girl you see today, I almost don't even know, I don't even know who that was. That person was just somebody that was living in my body, and who I am now is who I've always been. I had to take off my layers of protection, I guess you could say, and come back to living life. So in summary, it took me a year and 8 months to lose 130 pounds. But as of right now, I'm only down a net of 105 pounds at the 2-year mark. So let's get into what changed in my life. So we can go over the real fun stuff quick. Obviously, I weigh 204 pounds. So when you look down the scale and you see 309, now you see 204, that's a big change. So obviously weight loss. What also comes along with it, I can do things easier now. I can clip my toenails. I can paint my toenails. I can shave my lady bits, with ease. It takes less time to even shave my leg because I have less leg to shave. I find I don't cut myself as much when I'm shaving because there's not so many lumpy bumps all over my body. I've gotten more definition, I've lost that fat, and I'm tighter. As for physically, I was a 2-3X in clothing, sizes anywhere from a 20 to a 24 in clothes, depending on vanity sizing or not. And now I'm a solid medium or large, or a 10-ish, solid 10 these days because I'm up a couple pounds. But when I was at the 130 pound mark, I was more of an 8 to a 10. So So clothing sizes, instead of having to shop in the plus size section, which I royally hated, I now get to shop in regular clothes. You know, when I buy stuff online, 9 times out of 10 it fits me. You know, like before it would be like 1 out of 10 times I'd get something that actually fit that I purchased online in a plus section. So as for my body, my face is back. You know, I've got collarbones. You know, I've got definition. I'll put some pictures here. So I like my whole body pretty much I just trimmed the fat, and that was amazing to see my body go through a physical change like that. I will say my hair used to be fuller and thicker prior to this journey. But it's now coming in healthier. It's coming in slower because, you know, when you go through any type of a weight loss, significant weight loss, you're going to lose hair. So I did lose quite a bit, and it's coming back, and it's coming back prettier, in my opinion. It's stronger, it's healthier, it's made with better stuff. You know, I'm eating better. So as for emotional changes, one other thing on the weight side, I don't have to look at weight limits on like rides. If we go to an amusement park, I would always look at the weight limit. Can I go down it? Can I fit? You know, I can go up and down playground equipment when I'm playing with my kids at parks. I don't have to worry about getting stuck in a slide. I don't worry about the swing not being able to hold me. So I don't have to watch for weight limits anymore. When you purchase something that says one size fits all, which is total BS, but those ones now fit me. Those ones never used to fit me as a plus size girl. And then let's see, what other physical changes? I don't have to buy wide calf boots anymore. I had to only buy wide calf boots, and even some of those still wouldn't fit my calves. Overall, my hips are 41 inches now. My hips were 60 inches when I started this journey. I'm apple shaped, so I carried all of my weight in my midsection. And it was a significant amount of weight there. So I went from a 60-inch hip area to a 41-inch hip area, and that is crazy. That's a lot of inches just in that one spot. So let's get into some of the emotional changes. I no longer am someone who wants to sit at home on a Friday night. I am somebody who socializes regularly. I went from being with a ton of friends in school to just having my husband, and like basically just keeping that safety net of my husband and my kids. And I went from that kind of more boring approach to life to living again and going out with girlfriends and going out and hanging out with neighbors. And, you know, I'm no longer someone who wants to sit around all the time. I want to go out, meet people, and have fun and live. And that was something that I really lost in myself. It gave me so much anxiety to be able to go out into public when I was morbidly obese. And if a friend called me up and wanted to do something, I would make an excuse to not go so they wouldn't see how big I was. You know, if I took a picture and posted it on Facebook, it would only be a selfie, you know, so you wouldn't know that I was morbidly obese. And I kept that secret for so long. Now, I don't care. I'll let it all hang out. I don't feel like I have to crop my muffin top out in pictures. I could just be me, you know. I don't have to be worried about if it's a good angle and stuff like that. So, but as for emotionally changes, the confidence, the self-esteem, my self-worth, through the roof. And as you can see, I'll play this video right here. All right, I am on day 7 of keto. I'm making this video so you can track my progress. I am down 8 pounds in 7 days, and wanted to give a quick video of what my current body shape is. And I will be back to post more updates. So that video speaks volume. At the time I took the video, I thought I was really upbeat and it was a really good video. It's not a good video at all. And that is just like, oh my God, it speaks volume from where I am today. I smile, like my face, I have wrinkles now from smiling so much. crazy, you know, like it's like there's expression in my face. It's not just sad and, you know, like sad eyes, and it's amazing. So if you looked at the person I was 2 years ago to the person that I am today, it's like they're just not even related at all. Like they're two completely separate people. And it's the girl that you see today is full of life, is not going to take another day and waste it. We don't know when our time's up on this earth, but I know I'm not going to contribute to poor health as being one of those reasons, you know? I mean, a freak accident, whatever could take me, but it won't be because I gave up on my health and I didn't care. And that's one thing that if I could give you one piece of advice, don't stop caring about your health. Like, I took my health for granted. I got lucky being 309 pounds and not having type 2 diabetes or cholesterol issues, whatever else you can have with being morbidly obese. I got lucky because I had youth on my side. Thankfully, I turned it around before anything was to happen. I never got diabetes. I never had any of the type 2, you know, but I probably was on my way to getting that. I mean, I did have my genetic heart defect, but that's something that's completely irrelevant to weight. It's something you're born with, and there's nothing I can do but help the situation, not make it worse. Don't throw fuel on the fire by being morbidly obese. So in a nutshell, the main takeaways of my journey is, if I could just drive home to you, is the journey isn't about the weight loss. The journey is the time's going to pass anyways. How long it takes you to get to that goal weight it does not matter. It's the fact that you get up every day and you're consistent, not perfect, consistent, where you're showing up and you're dedicated to making the right choice. Every single meal you have a choice. Do you want to be great, or do you want to fall back into self-destructive behaviors? A lot of times it gets the best of you, but as long as you show up more and you're consistent, not perfect, consistent, you will get to your goal weight. The time isn't what matters. How much you can lose and how fast, those are the people that will never change their life. I was that person until it dawned on me. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so much more than what I thought this journey was going to be about. And if you truly want to change, you have to change everything about your life, because the path that you were on does not lead to anywhere great. The path that you need to be on is the path to health, the path to caring, the path to just making the most out of each day, accepting sometimes your downfalls as lessons and not just giving up. And that really makes a difference at the end of the day, because I gave up so many times because I didn't get back up again when I fell. And that's one thing that I also had to learn, you know, like, okay, it was a bad day. It's not a bad life. It's not over. It was just a bad day. Be better tomorrow. And if you don't pick yourself up and get yourself up and going again, you're just going to fall back into those old habits. So you've got to have the strength to pick yourself up, dust it off. And that's what the toolbox, the Keto Rewind toolbox, I'll put that here. That's what the toolbox is about, because you will fall on your face so many times while you're trying to change your life. But the good thing is, those things teach you what didn't work. It's not a bad thing. You now know that didn't work. And now you can have a plan and go forward, because, okay, well, that didn't work, but this does. Let's try this next. And that mentality gets you to your goal weight. Accepting failure will just get you back into the hole again, you know? So you've got to, this is when you're going to find that strength. And I found so much strength in this journey that I knew I had but forgot. So I refound it, you know, and it's like I unlocked the key that just makes me function. And that desire to live and feel good and be everything I'm supposed to be keeps my journey fueled. Okay, so let's find out if my belly rubs on the fridge door when I stand in front of the island and open up the fridge. Here's the before video, and then I'll put the current video, or the update, now. Nope, doesn't rub anymore. And it's such a wonderful feeling. There's probably a solid 3 inches between where my belly is and where the fridge door begins. So no longer rubbing my belly every time I want to open my own refrigerator. I will say thank you to every single one of you that has followed my journey. I did hang my YouTube plaque a little too high. I didn't notice that till after it was already up. I should have like measured where I stand. But I couldn't have that plaque without the support of this community. This community helped me be accountable. I weighed in every week and I knew I had to face what I did, you know. So this was part of my journey. It helped you guys see along the way what a true definition of a weight loss journey is. A more realistic one, because if you see somebody that gets to their goal weight in 6 months and you never hear from them again, they probably yo-yoed. It probably came back. If there's only a few people that can do it in like 6 months and change their life and everything's perfect, there's people that can do that, but more than likely the rest of you are like me and we're gonna struggle. We're gonna get there, but we're not gonna do it in 6 months. When you're morbidly obese and you've spent a ton of time, like for me, 17 years, morbidly obese, that's a lot of years to undo bad habits. That's why I'm not cured in 2 years, like I'm still fighting it. I will always fight it. I'm gonna get better fighting it as the new battles keep coming at me. I will be better, defending myself and my health. But it takes time and it takes that dedication. So it's not that anybody's journey is more or less because of how fast they got there. None of that matters because it's not you. You've got to do what works for you. So you know how I always say, you do you? I mean it. You have to do you. You can't look and judge anybody else because we're all different. The only thing you can take away is the only thing that changes or the only thing that divides us is the people who get back up again and don't accept failure, because it's only failure if you quit. If you may have a lot of detours on your path, but as long as you're still fighting, you have won and you're going to get to that goal weight. So speed, if you're a turtle loser or a bunny loser, speed has nothing to do with it. Don't judge the speed. Just get there. That's all that matters, by being consistent, not perfect. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I try to put lots of other pictures and stuff in here, but trust me, it's been a journey of a lifetime. I have no regrets. The only regrets I had was making the journey about weight. It has nothing to do about that. It encompasses my entire life. It's not just about a unit of measurement. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you at the next one. I'm Jess. You're watching Keto Rewind. Bye-bye.